Hello students, welcome to Theater 14C Online. I will be your instructor, W. Clay. Not that you'll see me that much, unless you watch the lectures. I'm going to walk through the class and show you folks how to get started and then how to continue on in the class. So first off, and I'm working on a Mac, so some of you will be on PCs, but that shouldn't change a whole lot of things. First of all, you need to be able to get online. If you can't get online, you're going to have a hard time doing an online class. That kind of goes without saying, even though I just said it. I'm going to choose Firefox as my browser right now. Firefox tends to be pretty stable with Angel, which is what we're going to be using as our course management system. You might be using Safari, and sometimes that works. You might be using Chrome, and sometimes that works too. You run into all kinds of problems with different browsers. The best thing to do is probably have all three available, or if you're on a PC, you'll have to have Internet Explorer instead of Safari. But you do what you can. And you will run into browser issues. It pretty much goes without saying with Angel. So how do we get to Angel? Well, first of all, click onto the West Valley main website. Remember, there's a little Angel tab right here. Click on here, and this will take you to Angel. Now, to get into Angel, there are instructions over here on the right-hand side. So use your username is your 7-digit college ID, and your password is your 6-digit birthday. You can change those once you've gotten into it. I haven't changed mine, so I still use the same things, and it remembers me. So I will log in, and then this will list all the classes that I teach. For you, it will list all the classes that you're currently taking. And our particular class is right here, 14C 29251. So this will open us up to the home page. It shows the banner, and then a quick about this section, which tells you about the class. Read that at your leisure. And then also course announcements, and that will include, right now this is the old intro, and this will have the new one once I put that in there. And then this also has information you should read here. Look under the lessons tab, etc. Read through all this that has important dates and things like that, kind of an introduction to the class. On this side, we have course mail, and I'm going to walk you through how to do course mail. And then also, here is your grades for the class. Now, I have to tell you that Angel, and the way I've set it up, it isn't always going to give you an accurate reflection of your grades, especially right here. If you wanted to give a spot check of all the grades you've done, hit refresh, and then that will actually show you an accurate picture of where you are right now. Now, there's nothing here because there aren't any students in the class yet, and nobody's done anything, but this should give you a good idea of where you are kind of globally. If you have a problem with it, then you want to do is go and run reports, which is up here instead, and run grades there. That'll give you a more accurate and kind of comprehensive look at what your grades are. All right, so the first thing I want to show you folks how to do is how to do mail. And I prefer if you folks email me through Angel as opposed to using my regular email box. And that is because everything is course specific in this class. So anything you send me, I will know which class you're in. If you send it through my regular email, I might not. So you go to compose message, and this will give you the composing message window. And you have to select two. It's not going to automatically go to me. So click on here, and then if you click on groups, you can do that, and then all course faculty, that will go to me. You could also search through people. If you went through C, it would find me under my last name. So you hit 2, all course faculty, and then hit OK. And so now it's going to be going to me, all course faculty. Put a subject, like, what's up? With a question mark. And then let's put hey. All right, and you can also send a copy to each recipient's internet email. I don't know if that'll work for me. You can click on that if you want to. You don't have to because I go through Angel to check the mail. Anyway, you can also attach files if need be. So I click send, and this is going to show up in my mailbox area. Well, eventually. It should show up instantaneously, but it's not here right now. If you send one to me later, I will see it. But right now, there isn't anything there. Oh well, that's the way it goes. So let me go back to course. So this is the way you can send things to me. You can send things to other people in the class as well. All right, now if I go down here, it'll probably show that you... Oh, there we go, one message. So it shows that there's actually something there. All right, so let me get into the class. Pretty much everything you need is going to be in lessons. Actually, everything you need is going to be in lessons in this class. So if I click over here, let me go walk through here. So here are some directions. read the syllabus, submit a picture. I'll talk about that in a second. Look at the blog topics. That's going to be part of your work for the class. Open up first weekly folder and repeat steps 3 and 4, and that'll pretty much go through the whole thing. There are a few other things in the class too, and I'll tell you about those. Here's the course syllabus. If you click on this will open up the syllabus for the class. I want you to read that first. This will show you pretty much everything relevant to the class, the movies we're going to be watching, policies for the class, and things like that. Okay, so that's important. There's also, if you want to print one, there is a PDF so you can download, put it on your computer, and then print it if you want a paper copy. Next, we have an e-learning photo. So if you click on there, this is what's called a Dropbox, and I use Dropboxes for you folks to submit work to me when you do your papers, and also there's a few other things I have you submit to that as well. So you would put right here, it says instructions, enter or paste your written work, or click attachments to upload your files. So submit a picture if you wish. I can put a face, so I can put a face with the name. Put a title, put your name, and then a picture, and then you're going to attach something, a photo of some type, and then you get 3 points for that. So that'll be your first extra credit for the class. All right, let me go back. So that'll be the first thing you do in the class, is send me an e-learning photo, and just that way I know who's who if I ever see you in my office hour. Then we have the Gangster blog, and this is one of the things you'll be doing for the class. So you post 2 entries per week, and that can either be a post or it can be a reply to somebody else's post. Either of those count, but you need to do 2 of those per week for 7 weeks, so you should have a total of 14 of those. And these are the topics we have right here. You would click on one, and then you would go ahead and put, new post, and then you say, oh, I like gangsters because of this, and then people will respond to that. And then so right now I have 5 of these active, and there are 5 more that aren't active, and there will be a time when people decide that they are tired of the ones that we have. That happens, I understand, and so I will put up more blog topics. Next, we have the individual lessons for the class, and these are the ones you'll be clicking on and going through each time. So this has discussion questions, which you'll be doing each week. You click on that, and then you answer those questions. Well, first you need to watch the movie first, and let me scroll down and show you where that is too. And then you have some reading assignments as well, also some bonus reading, lecture notes in PDF format, and then lecture 1. And all the way at the bottom, you have your links to the films for the class. Now, right now, what we have are clips. So each one of these, there are like, 4 or 5 clips. And then right here, it says authentication required. We have to do this. So username, you will put WM Clay, and then the password is media. It's also written right here. WM Clay, password media. You put that on here and hit OK, and this will open up the West Valley video viewer box. So there are 4 clips for this particular movie. At some point in this class, we will have the entire movies up, but right now we're waiting for them to get back from being captioned. So at some point, we will have all of them. We just don't have them all yet. And this shows the master list of all the clips, and we will have a master list of all the individual movies as well. We just don't have them up yet. So I'm waiting for that to happen. So for the first week, you've got Musketeers of Pig Alley, which is a short film from the turn of the century, turn of last century, and then also Scarface, and it's the 1930s version, not the newer version. So that is lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 will do something as well. Notice these dates here. So right here are the dates that you will need to kind of follow. That's when you're going to want to complete these by. So this one is the first week of school, and then finished by the second week, and etc. It goes through. It gives you the dates for that. And then you'll have an exam. Right now, you are not going to see this. I can see it on mine, but it's going to be grayed out, or actually completely gone from yours until it's ready to open. So it says Gangsters exam, open October 14th through the 21st. Now, this will become visible on yours. On October 14th, you'll have a week to take it, and but it says do not open until you're ready to take it. When you see this, don't just click on it, because you can only go into it once. If you click on it and you're not ready to take it, it'll be open, and you have to take it then. If you close it, you will never be able to get into it again. And no, I will not let you get into it again later, okay? Because I put the big note here. I can't have people going into the exam and then coming back out and going back in. It just doesn't work, okay? Then the second half of the class, we're going to move on to detectives. So we've got a detective blog. That's grayed out right now. And then your lessons for the rest of the class. There's also going to be a class project that you folks are going to be responsible for. So if you click on this folder, anytime, you can look at this. I have project info and sample paper topics, gangster paper example, Script example, if you want to write a script, paper writing tips, script template. If you're going to write a script, you should use the template so that you write it the right way. Video samples from past years. Project Tips, this is another movie I have up on YouTube. And I also have How Not to Make a Gangster Film. I highly recommend watching it. This shows two versions of the same terrible script. One is shot by a group that doesn't put anything into it, and the second version is a group that actually does put something into it. So it's food for thought. Now that's going to be due on November 4th. And right here, Class Project Dropbox due November 4th, and you're going to be clicking onto that and you're going to be submitting your work. If it's a video, you're going to be just providing a link. You can't stuff the whole thing in there. It just doesn't work. So put it up on YouTube like I've done with these, or Vimeo or something else, and then provide a link in the Dropbox. Now, if you're going to work in a group with people, and I recommend that if you want to do it, you need to make sure everybody in your group submits something to the Dropbox so that I can attach a grade to them. And that way I know who's in your group as well. But we'll cross that bridge a little bit later. And then the rest of that is all right here. Now let me go back to course and get back on there. The other tab you might want to look on is, let's see, reports. Some of these tabs aren't on yours, so since I'm the teacher, I have all these other stuff. So if you want to see what your grades are in the class, go to grades, and then student grades. And I can select all the students that are in the class, but your name will show up here, and then you hit run, and this will show you all the individual assignments and the points you've received on them. Now you will receive 0 points for anything that you haven't done yet. So that means that you're going to have an F in the class until you've completed almost everything in the class. That's the way the gradebook works in my class. I apologize for that. It's just the way it goes. So if you think you have an F in the class, it's probably because you either haven't done the project yet, even though the class has just started, and you haven't done the midterm or the final. But this will show you all the grades that you have actually done. Once you've completed the class, then you'll get an accurate representation of what your grade should actually be. All right. Well, here we are. Hopefully that helps you folks get started and continue going in the class. If you have any other questions for me, shoot me an email through course mail if you want to, or swing by my office. If you look on the syllabus, that has when my office hours are, and my office is located in the music building, room 1D. Campus maps will show you where that is. And good luck, and I hope you have a good time with the class.